talk about breasts.
Let's talk about you and me.
Let's talk about all the good things
and all the bad things.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Boobtube. I am Chantel.
And it's your best friend, Jaleesa.
And we have another great episode for you all.
Absolutely.
With that, it is hot outside.
Very much so.
And your breasts ain't making no better.
Mm-hmm.
It's like breasts add their own layer of heat, especially if you're in areas like Houston, where we're going to call this the humidity area.
Let's not talk about it. It's that bad. Let's just not even talk about it. Mm-hmm.
Well, we've talked about going braless before.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe this is the time to do so, or not. We'll talk about some different things today, but before,
we got to take it to the hot streets of Houston, the hot,
very
humid
hot
streets of Houston, and take Boobtube on the move. So let's see what the streets had to say. The hot streets.
Have you ever experienced boob sweat?
Only when I work out.
Only when to work out. And what do you do about it?
Well, it's expected because I was working out.
Okay.
Every day. I'm sweating right now.
You're like,
Exactly. Yeah, I walk out the house blue sweat. Yeah. I think it's that kind of goes back to what I was saying about being knowledgeable when it comes to like there was a point where when it was during the quarantine, I was wearing bras that didn't fit, and so my boobs would either fall under the wire or something of that sort, and it did produce that extra moisture, rashes, like all of that stuff.
and it doesn't help you.
No, it does not.
Have you ever experienced boob sweat? Yes. What do you do when you experience boob sweat?
You just take the time to wipe it up and it's gone. You just do a wipe, do a little wipe, and gone. That's it. But it happens.
Right. It does happen.
It does happen.
And it's usually going to give you hot.
And you can feel it. And it's happening. Yeah.
They don't let the breast
Do not.
Only when she works out.
Only when she.
What a life. I can't say the same. Like, I can, any sudden movement.
Any sudden.
And I could easily.
Are there particular seasons? Oh, of course, when it's hot, but like any other time during the year, do you?
Oh, I'm a sweater.
Okay.
So I sweat year round.
Okay.
And as you know, I like to keep it cold.
Yeah.
But I still be sweating. I still sweat. So yeah, it don't take nothing. Even in the winter, no AC, no heat. I don't like heat. Windows open every day. Like if I end up a little too bundled up, or if my fat touches too long, I'm a sweat.
Yeah.
And sweating in your sleep is horrible. So yeah, I can sweat anywhere.
Okay.
Anytime.
Okay. That makes sense. I probably identify with her. I probably only have boob sweat when I work out, or if it's really, really hot. Like I have noticed one time, like feeling it drip going down. But anyway, I remember sitting in the heat when that happened too. So it's just natural. If you're in a place where it's really hot and it's humid, you're gonna sweat.
Man, I had a friend laughing at me because we were in hot yoga, and which of course the room is heated, so you're gonna sweat. But it had just started. Like we were sitting there getting ready for it to start, and like the first move, she's like, "Okay, everyone lay on your back." And it's like I laid on my back. And it was just sweat trickling down my face already. Like, we haven't done
first
anything.
move.
I was like, we haven't done anything. This lets you know how horribly I sweat. Oh, I sweat. I'm a sweater.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep, all day. So, yeah. We also had just wiping with a towel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's normal.
Are you carrying that around all the time? Specifically, what does that look like?
Well, you know, in Houston, especially for the men, it's very common for men to be walking around with towels in the summer, and they just you know do a wipe every however
I
often.
think I've seen some women do it too.
I've been that woman.
Okay, so carrying a towel is very normal. But are you?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't do that in public. I don't think I might just had to, let the shirt absorb that for a second, I guess.
I was gonna ask too. I wonder what that looks like. You know, people sweat underneath their arms, and you have that. But are people like walking around with the visual of boob sweat?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
You can. I've had that happen before, especially if you have on like a fitted shirt.
Yeah.
You can see those little marks. It's like just right at the top of your torso.
Okay.
But yeah.
I mean, I think after a workout, I have, of course, seen that, but I don't think I pay much attention to it outside of that.
I don't see it that much, but I mean, like, it could happen for sure.
Okay.
Coming from a sweater.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Yeah.
Who else did we have? Oh, the other lady who was saying that she wasn't wearing the correct bras during quarantine and stuff, and that can cause moisture and everything. And we're definitely going to touch on that in this episode because that's very real.
Yes. I'm guessing, the type of bras, we didn't ask that question, no, but I'm guessing if she was wearing a bra that, like, pushed you together, or, because that, I mean, all that heat and moisture definitely could pile up and just cause you to.
And that can even cause sweat in a crack, too. Like, we think about underboob sweat, but if your breasts are, like, pressed together and for a long period of time, that's moisture building right there, too. And that can have its own set of effects, too.
Yeah. I just automatically went to when you're showering and you're cleaning, and you know you gotta lift some stuff up.
You know,
to
you
get
gotta
under
lift,
there.
scrub, and when you dry off, you gotta lift dry.
Yes,
lift dry.
You want to make sure it's dry underneath there.
You gotta do a whole make sure you dry and make sure you clean up under there. It's a lot. You lifting weights.
Literally.
I'll be in there lifting weights. And be like, why Jaleesa so strong? Shoot.
She been pumping them breasts.
For years, okay? It's a lot to manage these things. So yes, well, she looking kind of swole. Well, got a lot to live. Y'all know my life. So, were there any other people that we needed to discuss from our street segment?
I mean, some people just don't have to deal with it. So
lovely. What a life. Can't say the same.
Yeah.
All right. So, are there ways that you combat the heat at all?
Other than staying inside and air conditioning? No. I mean, you just got to deal with it. You just got to deal with it. I think it's just expected too that when it's summertime especially, you know you're going to sweat. So just come prepared. Maybe I haven't taken a change. Have I taken a change of clothes? No, I have not. Like, of course, like only working out, but just being mindful of how you can prepare for that day. And preparing for this, I'm like, when they walk around with ice packs underneath their breasts, like, would that help?
It would feel good.
For a moment, because you know it's not going to last.
In the summer, that would feel good.
Yeah.
I can get away with that.
Yeah. I think that could be something to try, but.
Yeah, my shirt might get wet, but it would feel great up under there.
Yeah, maybe somebody needs to come out with an ice pack for
no drip ice pack or a little fan that goes up under there just to fan it.
It's a lot to consider.
I was thinking of like if they had like a little man with a fan just holding it under there.
A little man with a fan.
Yeah, like a little miniature Oompa Loompa just under there, like
doing his job, just fanning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Battery operated.
Who knows what the future will hold?
You know?
I was thinking about my brother said something like my mom was talking about washing dishes, and so she's like, it's not like a little man is gonna be in the dishwasher to clean the dishes or something. And one time he was like, you know, one day there might be.
We won't even need dishwashers at that point if it comes to that.
So one day maybe somebody will be there to just fan our breasts.
That's a lot to ask.
It is. I'm not asking for it. I'm just thinking outside of the box.
Very.
Yeah, I know.
He's sitting on top of the box waiting to come. No. Anyway, moving on.
I've definitely experienced some boob sweat before. All the time, really. It don't take much.
Okay.
Even when my boobs were smaller, but they were still big for my frame.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I definitely experienced some boob sweat. If I'm just all over sweaty, I'm just all over sweaty.
Yeah.
I've had some times, I can think of a time that it was like at the top of my torso right there, and I'm just like, here I am.
It is. I think the most boob sweat I experience, even if I'm not working out, would definitely be if you wear a sports bra, and it is supposed to absorb it. But sometimes, again, some of that sweat just get past it, and you're feeling drips.
Mm-hmm. The body does what it does.
It does.
And we just be out here sweating.
It's inevitable. You're going to have boob sweat. You're going to have body sweat.
Yeah. If it's in the gym, though, I don't care. I'm here to sweat. I don't care if I'm sweating through tights through shirts.
Because it's expected.
Right.
But if you're going out, like, let's say, you know, to an event or something, you don't
Right.
You don't want to have to deal with that.
Mm-hmm. I think about this time I was at a picnic and this guy brought this girl. I don't know if she knew she was going to a picnic or what, but I mean, it was summertime, and then she had on like a nice sundress, like a fitted one too. And it was nice, but girl, it was hot.
Yeah.
And she had like sweat spots all through the dress that you can't help.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yeah, just gonna have to ride this one out.
Hot. Ride it out in the heat.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever encountered any irritations due to boob sweat?
Yes.
Okay.
Two significant ones. Both of them were after traveling. One was when I wore my sports bra on the flight. I don't know why I did that. I guess I thought it was gonna be more comfortable or something. I don't know. But I was leaving Brazil, and afterwards, like, I started to have this irritation and stuff, but I didn't realize that it was like, I guess all the sweat that I had built up or whatever, and I guess wearing the sports bra long term like that made it to where that happened. So, yeah, that caused some irritation and the rash and stuff. And the other time was after another trip where it was extremely humid, and that was Tahiti. And I was doing a lot of walking.
That was your recent one too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I was like, it got me.
Does it just come underneath the breast, or can it go like
it could go both. So it could go like in this whole region actually. So it could go like underneath the breast. You can get it like on the breast or between, like kind of going on the sides.
Okay.
Just basically anywhere like your bra could be. Anywhere your bra touches, it can go right there, and then it could spread if you don't take care of it.
Yeah.
It's pretty annoying.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's kind of extreme, I think. But I think it was just because that was some extreme humidity.
Is it almost like not? I guess it wouldn't be a sunburn or anything, just because the moisture is there and it's against your body, and the material of the bra is against you, and it just over a long period of time it just forms into something.
Yeah, it's basically. So I looked up the proper name for it, and that's called intrigo.
Okay.
And that's it's basically like it's gonna look like a rash, but it's like technically a fungus.
Okay.
Because it's growing in the area where there's a lot of moisture.
And that makes sense if moisture is held in the material, it's gonna get on your skin.
Yeah. So that's what happened. So it'll be like, I mean, there are ways to treat it, of course, but because it's a funguses spread, so you gotta like make sure that you treat it to make sure that it doesn't.
Okay. Interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Do you have to get like creams or anything, or you just can it heal on its own?
You can do both. So I don't know if it heals on its own with it being a fungus, because I don't know if fungus is like just
Heal on their own.
Stop.
That makes sense.
Right, because
you know that. I'm smarter than that.
I was just thinking, I was like, I don't know if funguses do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you can get like the anti-fungal creams, a lot of that, especially stuff that you see for like athlete's foot and stuff, you could use for that. So they have like powders that you could use for like anti-fungal powders. And then of course, like if you went to a dermatologist or whatever, they have some anti-fungal ointments and stuff that you can use too. Another home remedy that you could use turmeric.
Okay.
That's a natural anti-fungal, anti-inflammatory thing that you could use. So even if it's just like a little, like sometimes maybe you just kind of like went hard at the gym this week and maybe see just like a little bit of something, like not a full-blown thing, but maybe you just see a little remnant of sweat. Yeah. Like maybe just like a little spot on you. You could just like rub some turmeric on that or something like that. You'll be fine.
But that's helpful too, because you have friction up here.
Right.
You're moving, so you want to be mindful of that so that you don't that continued friction doesn't build up into anything.
Another thing that goes along with the rash is hyperpigmentation. And I feel like the lady in our Boobtube on the Move kind of touched on that, where if you're wearing a bra that doesn't fit well, it could be too tight or it could just be like too low. Sometimes you'll see women where they take off their bra and it's like you see this dark mark, not just like a line from the bra temporarily, but you'll see like a shaded area that has been there like long term. And I've seen that with doing bra fittings, of course, so I can see the hyperpigmentation. And I see that also the internet calls it bra burns sometimes. So you have, like your daily bra, when you take it off, you could see some marks from the straps or the band, of course. And that's regular, but it shouldn't be like intense, like deeply embedded and super lasting or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That kind of reminds me, and this is probably has nothing to do with it, but like when your butt, under your butt cheeks, they change color too. Is that kind of the same thing, maybe?
I don't know.
Cause for whatever reason.
The dark meat?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
But you see, is there a particular like cup size of women that you most like? Is it much larger women you might see it in, or larger cup women?
Like, yes, but I've seen it in various cups, and it just depends. And like, but it's usually like lower, so you'll see it like on top of the stomach right here.
So not even where the
because they're wearing a bra that's not fitting properly.
Got it.
So it's usually like lower on the top of their stomach. And even someone recently I fit, and they were saying like, oh yeah, in the past this used to like all be dark and stuff.
So it can go away. I mean, or it can rejuvenate itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since it's just hyperpigmentation. So that's another thing that could happen when you're wearing the wrong bra. And of course with that, just imagine, if your bra is hanging lower and it's already pressing up against your stomach, just think of all the moisture and stuff that's collecting down there, or just the fact that something's right there on your stomach like that for long periods of time. So you can only imagine what that could look like. And it's just going to be dark. Or if you're lighter, it'll look like red. Yeah. So
something to be mindful of.
Yeah. So if you have that going on, that's a telltale sign that you might need to, contact your local bra fitter and get, situated, so you don't have to deal with that, and give that space on your body some time to breathe, so the hyperpigmentation can go away. And of course, you can also see a dermatologist. They can help you too, but you're still gonna need to get the breast off the stomach like that.
Yeah, because then it can come back. If you don't, the real remedy is making sure you're doing the right.
So you want to make sure you're doing that.
You named some of these remedies. Let's get into some of the products that we use that can, combat sweat. And so you mentioned the powder, or there are some powders out there. Turmeric is like a powder, but there are even boob deodorants. Have you used any of those or tried any of that?
No, I've tried that Lumi deodorant stuff just because like a all body part, but I don't think I ever put it like under my boobs. Okay. So, or if it's supposed to be used for that, but maybe.
I can say I haven't tried any. I don't think I've tried any products particularly for boob sweat for my breasts. I just sweat and go from there.
But what sucks is like those times where I had like those horrible humid moments, humidititties. I was able to, like, sometimes I would put like a towel right there just to help keep it dry while it heals. Yeah. Because the more it gets wet, then like it's gonna be irritated and it could spread, and you don't want it to do that. It's a hassle. Yeah. Speaking of towels, I know there is a product out there called Tata towels. Yeah, I saw that. I've seen that. I thought it was just like for when you're getting out the shower, but apparently, but anyway, you kind of wear it and get separated. Right. But because that's the thing too, is when you take a shower, making sure you do dry yourself off properly, because again, that moisture can just sit under there. But I thought it looks like an interesting product. I can see it being useful for sure, like to just walk around with the towel.
Your house, not in public.
Right. Please don't do that. We got enough going on in the streets. Do not do that. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I would have never thought that would be something that's like a whole thing and a whole product and all of that.
But if it's really intended just for the home, I don't know how that would help when you're going out into the humidity to avoid the humidititties.
Right. So we'll see. But it looks, from what I saw and how it's marketed, is mainly like being at home, lounging and stuff like that.
You can chill in it. So
yeah.
At least, I mean, it does get hot at home and you might sweat, like you said, at home. So that might be a great alternative to use if you want to not wear a bra.
Mm-hmm.
You can use that. Something else we found too was breast pads.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure I would be into it, but there's something called My Swoopy.
Yes, I saw My Swoopy as well, and that has like the pads that you could put in under your, like, line it in your bra, so it would go down here to
bra
avoid the
liners,
breast
panty liners,
right.
liners.
Right, basically some bra liners. But
some people need it, and it comes in him. I'm pretty sure will help alleviate maybe some of the again, if you can see that sweat, we don't want that. Of course, we don't want to show up anywhere with that, so I can see how that could be very beneficial to someone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's get into some things that work and don't work. What have you experienced that works personally for you?
What do I do? I mean, I guess I just wipe it if it's bad, or maybe I'll tuck my shirt under there if I need to, and let them air out, like after the shower and stuff. I don't know, nothing crazy.
Yeah, I know like cotton and moisture wicking with fabric, especially during the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
They say that definitely helps. So what surprised me though was wearing black. Like I saw that. Like I know black attracts heat, but this is more so if you don't want the sweat to show.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
I'm like, wearing black in the heat, like that's just gonna attract more heat. But like, if you're conscious about what's gonna show up, then don't do that. But even padding, no, don't wear the padding in some bras, particularly. Well, I guess any bra, sports bras and regular bras come with padding. So I've never liked padding, so that's not an issue for me.
Mm-mm. I don't have a single padded bra.
You don't need any padding.
The shade! The shade! No, I don't need any padding.
No. And then something else was no synthetics. So being synthetic free with your materials that you put on your body can help.
Okay.
Just
I would still sweat though, but
I guess the less, I mean, if we're gonna sweat anyway, I guess avoiding things that can make you sweat more.
Right. Not being in Houston.
Good luck with that.
No, like you're gonna sweat.
Yeah. And it's just, I guess, I mean, if you just wipe it, I guess that can just be what you do, which essentially is what people do anyway. So, go on about your life.
Right. And it's crazy because we really be outside in Houston in the summer.
Yeah.
In the heat, sweating. Whole picnics.
Yeah.
Whole Sunday fun days.
Yeah. But I think as a people, we've gotten used to it. You know, you do get used to it.
Some of the transplants in Houston, they out here struggling.
You think they're gonna go back?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They're here to stay. We know this. And it's growing, and more people are coming. It's like, don't you know that it gets past 100 degrees in the summer?
And add the humidity onto that. Oh my goodness. It's good for hair. I liked my hair when it was out and it just grew up bigger.
Because of the humidity?
Yeah. I liked it when it got big because of humidity. That's about it.
Like if it were straight?
No.
In the fro?
In the fro. It was good for the fro.
I think my fro shrinks in the humidity.
No, it was just moist. It was just, I don't know, it moisturized it.
It does.
That was all that I was grateful for the humidity for.
You know how like when Mario shrinks?
I mean, it happened.
That's how
it just felt really, really good. Soft. I remember that.
I guess because it was pulling in the moisture from the air.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, mine just
I mean, shrinkage is real.
Oh, it is. It is. For sure.
But that's been our topic anyway. We're talking about.
But we still talking about the heat and the humidity.
It is. Yeah, I mean, you gotta look for the good in something. So, is there anything that you could think of that could help our viewers that maybe we haven't touched on?
I can think of. There was a video I had shared that showed the girl that like came up with the different ways, and she either just tucked her shirt underneath her breast, or she like tied it up to do that. And I feel like it was a third step. Do you remember what it was? It was like little home hacks you could do to like with tucking your shirt under your breast, especially if you're not wearing a bra or something. That's the only other thing I could think of outside of towels and bra.
But all of that, what I'm seeing is that the breasts don't need to be touching. Like all of that is to keep the breasts separated from.
We don't want them touching like that, especially in the heat. Like just please.
This is the only time when twins should not be.
Two should not become one. Please. Y'all don't know what that type of friction feels like. It's like it's hot.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep these apart.
Keep them apart for as long as you can, definitely. All right. I think we've shared what we could with our viewers. You know, it's hot out there. It don't have to be. Well, it does have to be, but your breasts don't have to be.
Your breasts don't have to be that hot.
So, yeah, you, take what you can. Let us know what remedies work for you. And just because it's hot doesn't mean that your breasts have to be out there sweating like they need to. So we've discussed some ideas and some products that you could implement. So again, just let us know how those are working for you. Come back next week as we continue the conversation. And we will be talking about, because it is June 27th, we're going to be talking about reconstruction of breasts. See y'all next week.
Adios.